Hello, YouTube! This is Melantart VA.
And this is Sakia Amano.
And welcome to the final bonus review of the Sonic Retrospective, Sonic X. Now, the question is, before we start summarizing, what do we say about this that doesn't relate to the 4Kids voice actors or Chris, which we will get to? What do we say about this?
Definitely watch the sub.
Oh, yeah.
Because, there's only 2 good voice actors in the dub.
3 if you count Lisa Ortiz, but we're going to get to that a bit later.
But again, the 2 mains are Jason Griffith as Shadow and Mike Pollock as Dr. Eggman.
Yep. Okay then, so I guess we'll start with the first season. Sonic X is basically a reverse isekai when you think about it.
Yeah.
Which is basically a creature or a person from a fantasy world comes into the real world. Well, normal isekais, it is actually
a person from the real world going into the fantasy world.
Yeah, like a shit like ReZero, Sword Art Online, Log Horizon, etc.
Yeah.
Really, the first episode, it's still solid, if not for Sonic acting a little too cocky.
Yeah, and it's while Sonic is a little cocky, he's reasonably so normally. This one, the show has a bad habit of laying things on a little thick. That's the thing.
Which we're gonna get to when we get to the third season, but at the end of the first episode, we meet a character that we are going to tear into later, and we have a lot of things to say about him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so really the first 5 episodes, you absolutely have to watch all 5 of them just to understand what the fuck is going on and everybody's dynamics. But after that, you can actually skip around in the first season. But honestly, there's absolutely one episode which made me a Sanimi shipper for a short time, and it was episode 10. I actually showed you this episode, Asaki, the beach episode.
Yeah.
To me, that episode actually made Sanimi seem like a healthy relationship. Even if it was for a short time, it seemed healthy.
Yeah, and they made it feel natural instead of forced.
Mm-hmm. But sadly, after that, Sanimi is never healthy ever again.
Oh yeah, it goes back to its toxic nature.
Mm-hmm. And, oh yeah, do you want to talk about Rouge's debut episode and how just out of character she was?
Yeah, it takes her a while. It takes her a while in the anime to go into character. She was badly out of character. Also, while I'm a bit of a Rouge fangirl myself, the anime has this very obnoxious tendency to play this very sexy sounding saxophone track whenever Rouge is in the scene or fighting, and it's really? And the show has a very disturbing tendency to just sexualize Rouge.
Yeah, which again, back in the Sonic Adventure 2 review, we stated stop sexualizing her, and sadly, Sonic Heroes didn't help, and this only made it worse.
Yeah.
Okay then, and once again, season 1, we can skip a lot because really not a lot happens aside from the journey to collect the Chaos Emeralds. And oh yeah, the season 1 finale relies on a plot point that I really believe both of us are sick of. The Knuckles is a dumbass plot point.
Yeah. Yes, Knuckles can be ditzy and he can be a hothead, but he's not stupid.
Yeah, sadly, I think, the Knuckles is a dumbass plot point. That's used, 3 times to my memory over the course of the anime. 4 if you count the Egg Moon mini arc, but that's a whole other can of, stupidity that we're gonna get to.
Yeah.
And also this 2-parter once again reflects the unhealthy friendship between Sonic and Chris, which we are going to get to.
Yeah, let's just keep things
on track.
Yeah, for now.
Okay then, and now on
We'll
to
cross that bridge when we get to it.
yeah, when we get to episode 51. Anyway, season 2 oh, okay, it's like the first half of like a season 2 is effectively retelling Sonic Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, and needless to say, they should not have rushed these plots like they did. 6 episodes is not enough time for each of these stories.
And you can tell they were rushing the plot.
Oh, yeah, especially with Sonic Adventure 2, which brings us to the characterization of Shadow in the anime. Like, season 2 Shadow, like, he was good, but at times it felt like he was just a Shadow's development was just rushed.
Yeah, and it's like Shadow kind of feels like, sorry about the pun, a shadow of his real self.
Like an afterthought. It feels like they didn't
Yeah.
really care.
Although thankfully, Shadow does something that I think you and I both found incredibly satisfying, but we're going to talk about that when we get to episode 51.
Yeah.
Okay, so like after that, we get a Chaotix introduction episode, which aside from introducing Vanilla, and again, we're going to talk about that when we get to season 3, it serves no real purpose other than that, and it's basically filler since the Chaotix don't appear again until season 3. And then we get to the stupidity that is the Egg Moon arc, and like we actually skipped this like Asakia, but honestly, this arc makes Tails look like an idiot.
To be fair, I think every character at some point in the plot has that happen.
Sakia, may I explain why Tails looks like an idiot in this little mini arc?
Go ahead.
Okay, so like essentially, the Egg Moon essentially eclipses the sun, stays like that for like I don't know a few days, and Eggman states that the Egg Moon absolutely will not move. Now, what do we know about astrology?
That the moon goes in phases.
Besides that, it rotates around the Earth the way in the same manner that
Same way the sun does.
Exactly. So therefore.
Also, I think you mean astronomy, not astrology.
Yes. I'm sorry. So anyway.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay. So
sorry, I don't mean to be misexact.
Oh no. That's fine. Anyway. If the moon will essentially constantly be blocking the sun, can the moon be staying still for it to do this?
No.
Exactly, and somehow Sonic figures this out before Tails or anybody else. I'm not kidding. Sakuya?
Yeah, I'm here.
Were you having like a stroke for a second? Because like you did not respond.
No, I was just No, I'm fine.
Okay then. But thankful. After that, we come across the Sonic Battle arc, and honestly, like this tournament arc, like Giguk would be ashamed of this mini tournament arc. Giguk would be ashamed.
Oh yeah.
Like most of the fights are like literally surrenders, and we get some absolutely horrifying things like Chris's ancient grandfather in a leotard, which was not something I needed to see.
But yeah, like that definitely was one of the laziest arcs.
Yep, although thankfully, after the tournament in that same episode, the production value went way up.
Oh yeah, and we had some good fights.
Especially from Cream. Holy shit, was that worth waiting for.
Yeah.
And after that, we get into the final arc of Season 2. And before we talk about Chris, shall we talk about the build-up of why we want to talk about Chris?
Yeah, let's.
Okay, so like, essentially, if Sonic and his friends do not go home, time is going to freeze and everyone is going to die.
Basically the apocalypse.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so like everybody's through the portal except for Sonic. Chris decides, "Hey Sonic, I want to talk to you really quickly." They say their goodbyes. Sonic is heading for the portal when all of a sudden the portal closes.
Yeah, and it turns out the selfish bastard Chris shut down the portal.
And now it's time we tear into this selfish little son of a bitch.
Yeah, and that's putting it kindly.
Chris should be in prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
After episode 51.
Especially because, like, me and Melon were doing kind of our own little thing for fun where we were tracking the crimes of each of the characters. And it turns out, aside from Eggman, Chris probably has the longest of the rap sheets.
Well, actually, the Chaotix had the second longest, but Chris was a close third.
Yeah.
Let's see, shall we? Kidnapping, capital murder, false imprisonment. The list goes on.
Yeah, multiple counts of oh yeah, and there's plenty more, and we're not going to get into time. We're not going to go. God.
It's okay.
We're not going to get into that because that would require way too much time.
Yeah, we're not going to go into like the logistics of that, but at the same time, Chris is not the only one at fault here.
True.
Chris's parents are terrible people who don't deserve to have a child.
Exactly.
Essentially, the reason Chris is ultimately like this is because his parents lied to him and then tried to buy his affection.
Yeah. They told him that they'd be back if he was good.
And they weren't. You do not tell your child this if you are not planning on coming back.
Exactly. So while Chris has an understandable motive,
we still can't stand him.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like he was willing to doom the world for his friendship.
And then at the end of the episode, he has the nerve to flip out at Sonic when really he's the one who fucked up big time.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, Sonic is just passive aggressive this entire episode. The entire time I was shouting, "Who the fuck are you?" and and where is Sonic?
Seriously.
But of course, instead of like the cops showing up, the episode has a happy ending with Chris's parents showing up and all of them smiling at each other and playing, "Everything is gonna be okay." No, fuck that.
Seriously, this is reality, son.
But thankfully, the episode right after that one, we actually get something we really needed. Sonic Squirrel and Chris is nowhere to be seen until the epilogue. Thank fuck.
Yeah.
But then the episode tries to really push like the Sonami shipping, and honestly, I don't see it. He never said, "I love you, Amy." He was silent as his mouth moved.
Yeah. And really, during that moment when that song was playing, he could have said anything.
And now, before we talk about season 3, let's take a minute to talk about how 4Kids butchered this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we already ragged on like the cast, but oh my god, were they worse here than they were in the games, especially Jason Griffith as Sonic, Amy Plant as Tails, and Dan Green as Knuckles. Those three were at their absolute worst.
Oh yeah, Amy Plant couldn't make up her mind on what Tails sounded like. Knuckles having that classic case of only sounding good when he's angry.
And then, "Hi, I'm Jason Griffith."
"Hi, I'm Jason Griffith."
Like,
Sonic, it's like that. It's Jason Griffith's horrible tendency to speak very slowly. He speaks slowly when he delivers his lines.
I really like something I actually noticed is like it feels like Jason intentionally emotionally limited himself, which is something you should never do as a voice actor. You should never limit your emotions.
Exactly. You're supposed to put yourself into the character.
Exactly like Jason's performances were always one of the following: laid back, annoyed, angry, or overly happy.
Yeah. And granted, well, that's a little more range than what Ryan Drummond gave.
It's still not enough. It's not Roger.
No, like Roger, I'm sorry to say, because like I know Jason Griffith was kind of my childhood, as much as he was yours, but Roger Craig Smith is the best Sonic.
Oh yeah, like absolutely. Although like I've said it once and I'll say it again. Eric Stewart should have been Sonic. Leave Jason as Shadow, but it should have been Eric Stewart as Sonic.
Oh yeah, because Jason Griffith can definitely pull off Shadow.
Mm-hmm. Like, really, like, you've actually stated, like, you, like, didn't remember the dub being this bad.
Yeah, it's like, because like I watched bits and pieces of it as a kid, and like I really don't remember it being as bad as it was when I watched it with Melon.
Okay then, and now that we've gotten that out of our systems, let's talk about season 3. First things first.
It's the darkest and perhaps the best arc in the show.
Oh yeah, however, like Sakuya first. Things first. Fuck Krails, Tazmo all the way.
Yes.
And we're gonna get to why later. Okay, so like at the start of the arc, Sonic is effectively battling the villain of the arc, Dark Oak, who effectively looks like a Gundam, and somebody from like Kamen Rider had a weird one-night stand, and that was the baby that it produced.
Yeah, like it looks like a combination. It looks like a baby of a reject Gundam and a reject Kamen Rider.
And then we actually meet Cosmo, probably the most tragic character of this anime, and don't worry, we will get to that.
And just an overall just generally precious cinnamon roll.
It would be a shame if anything were to happen to her.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay, so like for like the season, we're officially going to be traveling through space. Yay! We get to see more planets and learn more about this universe. Even if half the planets have no life on them.
And this comes to the whole other thing with what 4Kids did by censoring the plot of the Metarex.
Oh, no. We're going to save that. We're going to get to that, but we're going to save that for a little later. Okay? Okay, so like, first planet. We meet these, what look like Muslim gremlins. That's what they look like, right? I'm not crazy by thinking that?
Yeah. No, I don't think you're crazy at all.
Okay then, and oh yeah, Chris is back in this season, and he's effectively, he's not as bad as in previous seasons, but he did not need to be here. Tails could have easily filled Chris's role.
Oh yeah.
And oh yeah, Roxy, we actually, back in the Chris segment, we forgot to mention something. Shadow basically beats the shit out of Chris.
Yeah.
We failed to mention that, but it's probably the most satisfying moment out of season 2, watching this spoiled little brat get the shit beat out of him.
Oh yeah, and it's like, it was just so satisfying.
Okay, anyway, back on track. Next planet. It's an ice planet. There's nobody on it, and we get a weird Sonic Riders reference. But, you know, with Sonic on a hoverboard. It's a cute reference.
Yeah.
Next. Oh no. Sakuya, we gotta talk about the Chaotix episode and what a whole bunch of stupidity that was.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, essentially, Chris's family sent like several packages over to Sonic's world, and Vanilla effectively calls like the Chaotix and Vector. Okay, stop. We gotta talk about this. Vector, if you have a crush on a woman, say her fucking name.
Seriously, I'm sorry, it's like either that or just turn in your man card.
Oh yeah, because like even like the sign outside of the house says home of Cream's mom. What did it say like before then? Home of random rabbit bitch.
Seriously. And it's like, what's the point of a crush when you either don't know or refuse to say the name of your crush?
Oh yeah, plus like this isn't like a dub change. This is present in the sub as well. Guys, she has a name. Her name is Vanilla. Anyway, back on track. Saki's still there.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, oh yeah, by the way, like, the Chaotix effectively never try to like contact the Blue Typhoon, which is actually a plot hole for kids magically solved by essentially saying that the comms don't work, or they couldn't figure out the comms, which is well done, 4Kids. Thank you. That's all.
Yeah.
4Kids usually makes plot holes. They don't solve plot holes, so well done. And so like literally, the Chaotix get the tar beaten out of them, and that's on every single one of them. They didn't try to essentially inform Sonic and the gang, hey, it's us, we got some shit for you.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, that episode I should be like both of us angry the longer we watch it, and it started the list of felonies the Chaotix has committed.
Oh, yeah.
With the main big one being kidnapping and pet napping.
Yep. And reckless endangerment of a child.
Yeah, so like, Vector, buddy, it's a turn in like your fucking man card. You are no longer a man if you chose kidnapping just to get in the skirt of a woman whose name you can't or won't say.
Seriously.
But thankfully, after this episode, we actually get to the first of the kind of dark and scary episodes. And it's actually the episode where Shadow finally comes back into the plot, and as I'm sure many of you know, I was very happy about that.
Oh yeah.
However, like the Metarex, which is by the way the name of the bad guys, like this one, it was literally a giant floating mouth with fangs, which 4Kids didn't censor at all. Like 4Kids was very selective about their censorship here, and we're gonna get to how that's a problem.
Strangely so.
Oh yeah,
like they were.
I'll let you finish.
No, I'm saying they were strangely, selective about their censorship.
And so, like, Shadow effectively saves the day, but much like in Sonic Heroes, he's got amnesia. And also, this episode, let's talk about the name changes to some of the stuff in this, like Hellship to Scarscream. That's like,
I mean, like, at least Hellship sounds more like intimidating and scary, where Starscream sounds like they were intentionally trying to rip off Transformers.
Yeah, but like at the same time, this is 4Kids.
But I don't believe 4Kids had the right. I don't believe 4Kids had the right to Transformers, though. That's Hasbro.
Yeah, that's true. Which, by the way, speaking of 4Kids and their censorship, originally this third season was not going to happen. 4Kids commissioned it, and then they changed it. I'm pretty sure that's not how commissions work.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when you commission something, you're supposed to give your
specifications
specifications before the piece is finished. if you wanted it to be clean, you should have paid them to clean it.
Yeah, which like weirdly like back in like episode 2, Sonic audibly swears. He says not like hell or like crap or like damn. Sonic audibly shouts shit in the sub.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's understandable that
Yeah.
they'd censor that, but
Yeah, but like that was gutsy, Japan. Very gutsy.
yeah.
Okay then, and anyway.
But I mean, it also proves that Japan, unlike America, doesn't talk down to its kids.
Yeah, that's true, which was proven as this season goes along. And so, like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's time to. Sakia, it's time to talk about when the 4Kids censors goes too far and effectively neuters a character arc.
Yeah, there was a character by the name of Molly who effectively is effectively killed by the Metarex, which basically drives the character arc of Shadow.
But when 4Kids got their hands on the episode, dead? No, she simply left the planet. She's still out there somewhere. What are you talking about, 4Kids? If Molly is still alive, then why would Shadow leave Eggman to begin with? That doesn't make sense. You effectively ruined this character arc. Like, oh my god, like this was just censorship at its worst.
Seriously.
But then there was one death which I'm kind of glad they censored. Like I showed you this like death and you actively agreed with me that this death needed to be censored. The death of Yellow Zelkova?
Oh yeah.
Like that's possibly the most uncomfortable Sonic death I have ever witnessed. And I watched the OVA.
Yeah, and to be honest, the death of Yellow Zelkova did kind of feel like a reference to the OVA.
Yeah, but like at the same time, Metal didn't feel pain. Yellow Zelkova literally screamed when like the lava essentially hit him. He screamed like you knew, oh shit, this guy's in pain. This is bad.
Yeah.
And after this episode, we get into the 6-part finale, and holy shit balls, they went all out with this finale.
Yeah.
Okay, so like episode 73, Shadow's effectively trying to like kill Cosmo, and Tails is caught in the crossfire. Like I swear Shadow was going to kill Tails if Tails did not stay the fuck down.
Yeah.
And it's at the end of this episode that we get a twist that was probably more surprising than the Merlina twist. Sakuya, if you will, because once again, I swear, I literally heard like your jaw hit the floor.
The reveal that Cosmo was a spy for the Metarex all along.
An unintentional spy, but a spy nonetheless. Next episode, essentially, there's a dilemma. If they try to like separate a Cosmo's link from the Metarex, she could lose her sight and her hearing. That's a difficult dilemma, which honestly I'm impressed that the anime tried to tackle. And it's also in this episode that we see another example of the 4Kids just not understanding characters.
Yeah.
Essentially, the Metarex, they were victims in all of this.
Yeah.
And like, Sakuya,
Unfortunately, it's something that 4Kids neutered horribly.
Yeah, like, essentially, like, the humans from Molly's world, remember her? They were effectively conquering planets, and Planet Greengate was one of the planets they were trying to conquer, and these Seedrians, as the fans officially dubbed them, were peaceful folk. And so, therefore, the Metarex's racism and anger is completely justified.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this episode leads into some okay, like, one scene has some very fucked up implications if you think about it way too hard like I did. There's implications of the R word that YouTube doesn't like.
Yeah, and we're not going to say it to stay on YouTube's good side.
Yeah. Okay then, and so like at the end of the episode, Bo-kun shows up, which is actually Eggman's a little messenger of a robot who weirdly at first glance I thought was a devil chow when I saw like the character in the 4Kids opening. I thought he was some kind of devil chow. Can you?
Yeah, he looks like one. He looks like one.
And it turns out that Eggman, who like supposedly had actually joined the Metarex, was actually spying and getting information, and they found out.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, by the way, speaking of which, there's actually something we kind of forgot to mention. Remember, like, possibly like the darkest and scariest moment before the finale, when Dark Supersonic showed up.
Oh yeah.
And like there's like 4Kids didn't censor this scene. Like again, they were oddly selective about what they censored, and this scene was not one of the things they censored. And this could be terrifying for a kid.
Yeah.
And also this is the episode where where in both languages Eggman is incredibly out of character. Eggman suddenly has standards about being
standards that where it's like he never had such standards back in the day.
Yeah, but anyway, back on track. The next episode officially begins the long battle against like the final few Metarex, and like they effectively start this forestation project, and they turn into, I wish I was kidding, giant furry tree dragons.
Yeah.
Guys, like, I wish I was kidding. I couldn't make that up if I wanted to. And weirdly, shit only gets darker from there. Like, holy shit. TMS did not hold back.
No.
Like, we lose the Master Emerald in these final few episodes. That should tell you how dark this gets. But granted, it's not over yet. We then reach like the penultimate episode where essentially Dark Oak decides, fuck you guys, I'm gonna kill all of you to make the plants grow. And it is probably the second most uncomfortable sequence to sit through.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, like watching everybody just suffer like this, including poor Cheese, is just, oh my god, TMS, can you back up a little bit?
Seriously, it's like you're getting a little too dark for Sonic there, bud.
Yep. And then Sonic and Shadow turn super and oh no. Guys, throughout like these final few episodes, death flags have been waving. And weirdly, it's not for Sonic, it's not for Shadow, it's for Cosmo. Yeah, so like Cosmo decides I'm gonna hit puberty magically and effectively bond myself to the villain so all of you can kill me. And like Sakuya, you like audibly cried at this part. I've never heard you cry over anything before.
No.
Like, this got to you.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, Tazmo deserved to happen. It did not deserve this. Would you agree with that, Sakuya? Tazmo did not deserve this tragic ending.
It didn't.
Like, what were like your thoughts? Like, no, they're not gonna kill her. They're gonna pull a Deus Ex Machina. She's gonna be fine. Oh my god, they're actually gonna kill her. Is that what you?
And I was like, please no, please no, please no.
And then the realization hit you, and you started crying. I could hear you crying.
Yeah.
And it doesn't help that they played the ending song, which is effectively a love song, over the course of it, and then we got Cosmo officially saying, "I love you," before he disappears. And weirdly, 4Kids essentially cut like that entire final conversation between Cosmo and the White Void. They cut that.
And you know me, Melon, I'm not a gal who cries easily.
Oh no, you're not like a weirdly the first 20 minutes. 20 minutes of a silent voice didn't get to you, but they got to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was effectively when basically Cosmo told Tails to kill her. That's when the dam broke for me.
Yep, and then we get onto the final episode, which weirdly starts with some heartwarming shit where once again Vector cannot say Vanilla's name for some reason, and we see what everyone's been up to. And
yeah.
And there was one moment where I swear you started busting out laughing. It was Eggman looking at Rouge and essentially saying, "You've got big boobs."
Essentially.
And then off screen, Rouge actually slaps Eggman, and there's a red palm print on his cheek.
Yeah.
But then we flash back to essentially fill in the blanks of what happened in between Tails shooting Cosmo and them getting back to what we will affectionately call Mobius, because it doesn't have a name. And oh god, you started crying here too.
Yeah, that was more because of the fact of Tails being upset with Sonic. All Sonic on Cosmo was.
Yeah, which actually this final episode, it effectively continued a trend in the anime. It only happened twice, but it's still something that irritates me. Every arc Shadow has been in, they gotta kill him, and I am sick of this. Shadow deserves better. What would you agree with me, or am I just being a selfish fangirl?
I think you're justified in saying that.
Okay then, and at the end of the episode, Chris finally fucking leaves. Chris, go back to your shitty world. Then again, it's our world, but still.
And live your life.
Yes, never come back. And thank God sadly, this was the end of the show. But at the same time, we do get a slight teaser that a certain Edgy Hedgy is still alive and slowly making his way back. Oh, with a pink rose at Molly's grave and the shadow of Shadow the Hedgehog before the season ends with a potted plant sprouting. And that was Sonic X. Final thoughts, watch it subbed, mainly watch Season 3. Season 1 is full of way too much stupid, and Season 2, you could tell the animation a budget was lowering.
Yeah, and you could tell just what was it.
I'm sorry, repeat that again, you started cutting out.
There wasn't much effort into it.
Yeah. Okay, guys, until thank you for this. Our next main review is going to be Team Sonic Racing, which Sakuya finally got.
Oh yeah, so I can finally actually play the game and actually give a review.
Okay then, guys.
All I gotta say is thank you Nintendo for putting that game on sale.
Anyway, guys, I'm Melantart VA.
And I'm Saki Amano.
And we'll see all of you next time with Team Sonic Racing. Bye-bye.
Deuces.